Hey guys, it's your girl Boonie, and you're listening to episode 79 of the Boonie Breakdown podcast. The podcast where we sometimes cry, we always laugh, we might get a bit ratchet, but we're forever going to break it down. Happy Monday. Happy new week. It is just me this episode. It is a solo episode, back-to-back solo episodes. You guys are fucking lucky. But honestly, what happened was a few episodes back with KG, I let him talk me into extending this season out, right? So my original plan, this should have been the last episode for season 4, and we were going to pick up in a few months back up in January 2019. But I let Kenny talk me into doing a few more episodes and taking season 4 into November. So this is your warning. After today's episode, there are only 3 episodes left in season 4 of the Boonie Breakdown podcast. The last episode for season 4 will air on Monday, November 19th. And so that's how we ended up with a solo episode today, because the person who I had scheduled to record for this episode, we had some scheduling conflicts on both our behalves. So that episode may just be pushed into season 5. All right. So that is why you get back-to-back double solo Boonie action. All right. Let's hop into my pick of the week. It's community and network. You know, it is so amazing to have a community that you've built up where you can say, oh my God, I need an attorney and I can get one. Or you can say, oh my God, I need a photographer and I have one. Oh my God, I need a graphic designer and I have one. And what is even more amazing to me is that these people are Black women. And I try my hardest to support my own. And I'm very fortunate enough that almost everything that I want to do or I want to spend my money on, or someone who's willing to support me, we barter services, whatever it may be, I am able to reach into my personal network first and either find it within 1 degree of separation, someone I personally know, or someone in my network can give me a trustworthy referral to someone else. And that goes such a long way, because you can build social capital, right? With people over and over again. And I am the queen. I am a connector. I think it's one of my lots in life that I'm able to say, oh my God, I know this bomb attorney, my attorney that I use. She's bomb as fuck. And I'm able to refer her to people, and she's able to get business, which is amazing to me. And so I can say this with makeup artists, with people who are stylists, closet organizers, whoever it may be, I might be able to connect you with who you need. And so I love this personal Black woman yellow pages that I have. But in times like this, when I am planning a show and I'm planning out season 5 guests, that is so awesome that I can just send out a few text messages to my crew and can get a result back like that. And so community and network are my picks of the week. And I think too, some people will just always think of networking and community in the sense of how can you get put on? But you really do have to cultivate those relationships. So I know that if I ask my attorney, Crystal, for something, I know it's not going to be raggedy. It's not going to be raggedy. The person is usually going to be on point, because she's not going to deal with someone like that, and vice versa. I'm not going to refer you to someone who's raggedy as fuck. Sorry, not sorry. So yes, build your community, your networks, pour into them, because when you never know when you'll need something. And those people who are in your circle never know when they'll need you. So that is my pick of the week. All right, so let's get into this housekeeping. Last week's episode was 35 questions with yours truly. It was really fun to do that episode. And again, I want to thank one reader in particular. They asked that I not say their name. I keep saying reader, but I mean listener. You guys know what I mean. But they sent in some really thoughtful and provocative questions, and I appreciate it. It was fun to answer those. And someone said, would I share the questions? If you want them, just DM me and I'll send them to you. But I wasn't going to post them because I figure you're listening. You might be able to write them down. But if you do personally want those questions, I can email them or DM them to you personally if you request those. All right. We know this Friday, I'm excited. Boonie Breakdown Live, Responsible and Ratchet Edition is happening on Friday, November 2nd. I did receive a few questions if I was going to record and release this episode. And I really go back and forth on that because I feel like I tried to curate a really special experience for the people who buy tickets and are able to come to the show. But I know that all of you aren't able to get to Baltimore, and or those of you who can, you guys have other, responsibilities for that night. And I just go back and forth because I'm like, well, if I release it, then what's the incentive for you to pay a ticket and come? So I don't know. I'll let you guys know if I do. Maybe, but I'm still on the fence about that. All right. But of course, if I do, I will let you guys know. Also, don't forget to leave a review on Facebook on the Boonie Breakdown and in the Purple app, Apple Podcasts. If you listen on an iPhone, iPad, whatever, you can leave a review of the podcast there. Hit those 5 stars. And remember, thanks to Sheikah, as always, for the hack. If you say you keep trying, I get messages, Boonie, I'm trying. I tried. It won't leave it through. You have to make sure you have a nickname set up in your iTunes store. So you need to go to settings first, put a nickname there. Once you hit save, you should be able to go back into the app and post your review for Apple Podcasts. So I know it's cumbersome, but once you do that, you'll be able to post reviews on anything in the Apple universe. Okay. Also, be sure to follow us on Instagram and Facebook at The Boonie Breakdown. Follow us on Twitter, Boonie Breakdown. And when sharing the episode on all your social media, use the hashtag The Boonie Breakdown, hashtag PODIN, PODIN. I love you guys when you do that. It helps me get more eyeballs because you guys have networks too, right? Also, remember, I keep getting a few nasty grams. I shared it and you didn't respond. Well, if your page is locked, it does not matter what you do. I cannot see it if I don't follow you, unfortunately. So yeah, that sucks. But you can keep tagging me to it because it still helps other people find my shit. All right. So I thank you. But that is it for me, guys. So let's get ready to break it down. All right, guys. So I am excited for the live show this week. And so much so that I don't have as much creativity flowing for anything that's not the live show. So my apologies now if this episode is whack because I have really, really, really been pouring a lot into the live show. And if you had been looking at some of my Instagram stories over the weekend, you've seen I started prepping goodie bags and giveaways, etc., etc. And so that is where my creativity is. So I figure, you know what? I can just do a quick 5-spot episode. I haven't done one of those in a while. I remember when I used to blog the 5 spots. Blogging. That was fun, and I'm glad I gave it up because I just don't have the capacity to do it in any type of way. But number 1, live shows. The Boonie Breakdown live in other cities. I am open to it. I've received quite a few DMs, quite a few emails. And when I say quite a few, I'm like a dozen. Transparency people, right? So the 2 cities that keep coming up for a live show in other cities, Philadelphia and Atlanta. And right now the Atlanta folk are pushing really hard for another edition of the Boonie Breakdown Live to come to their city. Now, Atlanta is dope. And I will say for the reason why I would give Philly the edge over Atlanta for the first Boonie Breakdown live show that is outside of Baltimore would be proximity. It would be easier for me to get things there. I can just throw shit in my car, hop up 95. And I have a community of people there outside of the podcast. I went to Temple, which is in Philadelphia. So that might be an easier sell. Now, Atlanta, y'all trying hard. So I say this now. if you are interested in the Boonie Breakdown Live, because I am planning like late 2019, the beginning of 2019 is pretty much set. But if you are interested in the Boonie Breakdown Live coming to your city, let me know. Let me know. And I will try to figure it out. But you would also have to, look, I can't come down there and only be sitting in front of 5 people. So I know where my podcast gets listens. Georgia is a big state. Pennsylvania is also a big state. Texas, y'all out there. California, y'all out there too. But like I said, I can't be getting on planes and sitting in front of 5 people. But if I got in my car and just paid gas and had to sit in front of 10 people in Philly, I wouldn't feel like a loser. So just let me know. I'm swirling it around. It's amazing to me even that this is even something I'm discussing and willing to figure out, but I would love to come to other cities and meet you guys in person. It's really dope. All right, number 2, bras without underwire. I am so thankful. Like this weekend, like my boobs aren't huge, but my boobs aren't small and they aren't perky enough for me to just be like running around here flopping without a bra. But on those times when I don't want the constrictiveness of a bra with the underwire or the tightness and firmness of a sports bra, I purchased one of these like full coverage bras from Lane Bryant that has no underwire in it. It is amazing. It has some type of support when the strap is pulled, but it's just so comfortable for the breast to not be poked or having that wire sit there. Like underwire it makes your breast look great, but it really is just not comfortable. So men, you're fucking lucky. Again, men, you guys are lucky. You don't have to deal with this extra shit that we have to put up with, right? So yeah, I'm just really thankful for bras without underwire. Number 3, I do not celebrate Halloween really. It's just not a holiday that we were able to celebrate growing up. Christian, I went to a Christian school. We did the harvest. I believe I've told you guys this before. But what I do not enjoy about the holiday is that when the actual holiday is on a weekday and people celebrate it either the weekend before or after, then I feel like some of these kids be out here trick-or-treating and shit 2 times. People was knocking on doors last night, the Saturday before, and then kids are going to be knocking on my door on Wednesday. Now, I've lived in my house for about 7-8 years now. I never give out candy, and I'm not. Like, it's just not anything that I do. And I abide by the goddamn turn your light out, and them kids still be knocking, and I don't understand. I used to have this really cute sign on a tombstone. It was like, boo, no candy here, but they probably stole it. I don't even know what happened to it. But it just really grinds my gears that this holiday, like the greedy ass kids be trying to get candy for 2 days, and I'm just inconvenienced by the knocks on my door. Number 4, Donnell Jones was really the ultimate fuckboy, and shout out to Chrissy for laying this out in her Insta stories. It was like last week, everybody was on this Donnell Jones kick, which was, I don't know, was a throwback Thursday, some shit? I don't know, because where the fuck he been, right? And then I go on Twitter and I see a tweet that was like, Donnell Jones really dumped that woman and yelled, "Sweeter than a dude, not D." You know the part in the song where he's like, "I don't mean to hurt you, baby," whatever. It was like when she tried to move on with her life, and the tweet had me hollering. And I really thought back to the lyrics of Where I Want to Be. And that was like some ultimate fuckboy shit. Like, and I be laughing because people were using that like at weddings and shit. Like, do y'all not do y'all not listen to the lyrics? I really don't understand. Like, he says, "Sweet little do." Yo, that shit was funny. I don't care. And he's pretty much telling the girl like, "Look, we've been together for a while, but I need to go on and try some other shit, but you stay right here." And the video for that song used to always piss me off too, because the bitch moved on. She was on a date and this nigga showing up in the windowsill at the date, banging on the window, singing his little y'all know I can't sing, so I can't carry that tune, but y'all know what part of the song I'm talking about. And I'm like, ain't that how it always goes? Niggas always show up right at the moment they feel like you're happy with somebody else and you're about to move on and forget his stupid fuck ass. And that Darnell Jones, Where I Want to Be, and everybody bringing it up just really made me remember how much I hate that song in the video. Like, don't come up, show up at my motherfucking date. You told me you was moving on, and now I move on and you show back up. Yeah, Darnell Jones was a fuckboy. And number 5, on a more serious note, Election Day is coming on Tuesday, November 6th. Most states have early voting happening now. On the day that I recorded this, I voted. And I hope and strongly encourage all of you to get off your fucking ass and get out there and vote. I am disgusted at some of the stuff that's happening. I'm sick of there being mass shootings and we getting thoughts and prayers, but they don't fucking change any type of gun law. And it's disgusting. And these assholes need to be voted out across the board. I also encourage each of you, in addition to voting for your elected officials, to also pay attention to some of the questions and amendments that you'll be voting on. I know in Maryland, at least, they mail out the sample ballot so you can see it. And our local newspaper and other news sources, they do kind of like a breakdown on exactly what those questions are. And like, for example, in Baltimore, one of the questions where we were voting on, should the city council and the mayor be allowed to privatize the water system? And so those questions are equally as important as voting for your elected officials. And so you need to be informed when you make these decisions. This is your chance to stop it now. You don't, and for using that same example, you don't want to wait until, they're putting out effective November 1st, 2019, Baltimore's water system is being sold to a private company. At that point, it's too late. This is your chance now to affect the things that are on the ballot and to show up for your community and to show up for everyone else in the community and what's happening around us. I'm just really sick and tired of reading the news, listening to the news, seeing something on Twitter. It's another mass shooting. It's another racist bullshit happening. It's more hate crimes happening. White people keep calling the police on black people. Like, I'm just tired of all this stuff. And I feel like I check out of the news because I don't want to be bogged down. But then you miss the news for 2 days and so much has fucking happened. Like, the news cycle right now is just so incredibly much. And I'm excited for the people down in Florida. If you're listening down there, I'm not trying to influence the vote, but you have the chance to vote for Mayor Gillum, who is amazing. Some of you in Georgia have the chance to vote for Stacey Abrams, which is exciting. So it's a lot of these key races that are being influenced, but you can't choose to sit back and complain if you did not choose to step up and vote. And so I encourage all my Boonie Breakdown listeners to get out there, exercise the right to vote. And hopefully you guys can do it early to avoid the lines. Because thankfully I went at the perfect time. It was like literally no one. It was a few people there, but it was no line. I was in and out in under 20 minutes. I was actually in there a little longer because I got stumped one of the questions that I was voting for, and I had made up in my mind, but the language when I was reading it again, it confused me. Like, were they really trying to ask? Yeah. So again, research those questions. If you have separate questions on your ballot, don't leave them blank. Don't let someone else dictate your future. I don't often go this political route on the podcast, but enough is a fuck enough. Vote these motherfuckers out of office, and you have the opportunity to do so in the next week or so. So that's it for this episode. Thank you for listening. I can't wait to see all of you guys who are attending the live show this Friday at the Motor House. I did add some few more tickets there, like I said, on Instagram. I know Instagram always gets the news first and then you guys get it. But the venue was very nice and told me I could add a few more seats without them charging me. So yay. So if you at the last minute, you're like, fuck it, I'm just going to spend this $25. Again, your first drink is on me, courtesy of New Liberty Distillery. So head on over to thebooniebreakdown.com/live, or you can go to the Instagram page at the Boonie Breakdown, hit get tickets. That's right there in the bio. And I hope to see you there Friday. We're going to have so much fucking fun. I was just planning out the show. You know what? And that's partially the reason why I might not want to record it, because some of the things that I want to happen, I don't want the people there to be scared, like, oh God, this is recorded. Yeah, I don't want it to frighten those who are there. So we'll see, like I said, but Friday, November 2nd, this Friday, we're going to have so much fucking fun. I see you there. And if you enjoyed this episode, I encourage you to listen and subscribe to past episodes of the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, SoundCloud, Stitcher, and Google Podcasts, or any app that you listen to your podcast on. We have some really great episodes. This is an anomaly for this episode. It's usually not just me rambling. So if this is your first one popping in, I want to go say that. Check out some of the other episodes we had in season 4. We had the NFL chick on talking about sports, which was great. We had Kia from Getting Grown podcast on, which was an amazing episode. And the best episode in terms of downloads for this season was when I had the Black Naturist Association on, talking about nudist vacations and how to become a nudist. So check out those episodes if you are interested. Don't forget to leave a review too. You might just hear your review on the next episode. Follow us on all social media. Share the episode with those you love, those you don't love, those you fucking hate. I don't make these pretty images for nothing. Have a dope ass week. I will see some of you on Friday. I can't wait. Thank you for listening. And remember, the ratchet in me always honors the ratchet in you. Until next time.